Okay, the first one we're going to do is the Milwaukee Road boxcar. He's not bad to begin with. $5. Not bad. So, some of you that have seen my videos before, good old craft paint. They're like a buck 29 maybe at Hobby Lobby. You put a dab, and I do mean just a dab, one little drip on your finger. That's probably even too much there. But we'll smush it around. And then I go from the top to the bottom. We'll hit the roof. And then we will simply come down on the side. This is almost an identical color. So it's going to fade that printing on there already to just make it look a little dirty, a little weathered. You know, in downtown Portland, there is still a side of one of the buildings up in Northwest. There's still a real faded Milwaukee Road logo, probably 40 by 50 feet or something on the bricks. So we're going to do one more dab. I don't even do this over the desk because I hardly use any paint at all here. I'm going to smush that up a little bit. Again, we're just going to come down over a little bit of the logo with some of the doors. I might put a little black on there later. But all that does, it just takes off that kind of that new car shine. And you can always do more. You don't have to do a whole lot. Now, probably the oldest car would be our Denver and Rio Grande. So again, just a drip. And I don't want to make it look horrible because in the 80s and 90s, you still saw plenty of Rio Grande cars out here because they bought the SP in '88. So go from the top, some on there, and then simply, you don't need to airbrush that. And always remember, less is more. You can always put more on. But if you put on too much, then you got to get a patch or a little bit, wipe it off, and just kind of, and it doesn't have to be much. But if you put it around the door detail, look how it makes that door pop versus this side here. Yeah, that's maybe not a great example. But just a little bit on there, it brings out all the little details on the car. Don't forget to do the ends. Sometimes I forget that, or I don't want to move around the brake wheel and stuff. So by doing that, you just get a little bit of that detail. We might even put a little more on there. We'll set him up here. Hopefully before number 14 comes by. And again, I've got some good compliments on that Amtrak Dash 8, and I like watching it run around. So, okay, so we'll dirty this guy up north. Just again, a little bit more on the fingertips. No brushes, no air sprayers, no spray guns. Nothing fancy. Should have named this railroad the Cheap and Easy. Remember, gravity pulls things down. Rust, water, snow. So we're going to leave that alone. Mr. Conrail, we're not going to do hardly anything on him because I'll use him on primarily the southern trains. And since I have everything set in 76, he's going to look pretty clean as a repaint. So he's just going to get a little bit just to take some of the shine off that can opener logo. And I'm not real, gentle with these, just putting a little craft paint on them. Put a little bit more here. Now we'll use a little gray. And just, you get that Hobby Lobby, Michaels, maybe even Joann's, depending on whatever you have in your neighborhood. And just a little bit of gray along the bottom here. Just give it just a little bit. Like I said, this is going to be a fairly new boxcar, so I don't want them filthy. But unless you're up at Gunderson in Northwest Portland watching the new well cars come off the line, I've never seen many really clean cars. So, not too bad. So we'll do that on the Peninsula, and then we'll run them by. Okay, I've spent about 4 minutes putting on a little more gray and a little more of that brown onto some of these cars, and let's see how they look. See you later, folks.